Okay, guys. So the second thing I want you to do today is to do your reading and your reading reflection. So we talked a little bit yesterday about the kinds of readings that we do for college. I'm going to go ahead and show you how to access the assignment, access the reading, and submit your reflection. And then what to do if you are unable to see the ability to submit. Because it did happen to a couple of students yesterday where they were trying to submit some of the work in class. And I don't know why I got blurry here, but they were not able to submit it, and so we freaked out. Now they, because they were in class, are able to do a hard copy, and so we're going to do kind of something similar today. That if you cannot submit it through Brightspace, you can still do the homework and then send me an email by the end of today to show me that you did it today and get full credit for it. So, but I'll show you guys how to do that. So let's first start with how to access it. I'm going to go ahead and share my screen. All right, so we are back in the Brightspace homepage. We want to go to our class. Okay, so we're in our class, sorry. So you're in the class and you're going to access it by going to week one. It's going to take you right directly to week one. We have the calendar, the stuff we did in class yesterday. We already did the orientation. So there it is, Friday, reading reflection one, or I might say homework reading reflection one. We're going to click on that. And then we're going to go to assignment. And here it is. It's going to say, hey, heads up, we're not having class. Please read Jennifer Wells. And so if you click on it, it'll open it up. And this is the reading. It's about 11 pages long. And we talked a little bit about this, but it's a little bit different than your general or usual textbook, because this is a research style article, the kind of articles that you'll be seeing a lot in college. And so every time a teacher tells you to do research or do a research paper, this is the kind of sources that they're looking for. They don't want to see you going to Google for websites or blog spaces or Wikipedia. They want you to look at other research articles. So we want to get comfortable in Jumpstart, like with these kinds of articles. What do they look like? How do I read them? How do they work? So one of the things you always want to do is look at that title. What do you think it's going to be? Always prepare your brain a little bit, right? This right here is called an abstract. It's kind of like a little summary of what the whole article is going to be about. And this helps researchers figure out, do I even want to read this thing? Is this going to help me? So it's a quick little summary intended for researchers to get a quick understanding of the article before even reading it further. Then we have the introduction. Within the introduction, you're going to find the problem. What is causing this writer or this researcher to do this research, to do this writing? That's the first thing you want to notice between like high school reading and college reading. College reading is all about problems and solutions. It makes sense, right? The reason that college degrees are worth anything is because these are the people who know how to solve problems and become CEOs and become big shits, right? So this is what's happening in this paper. They begin by talking about a problem. Can you identify the problem? As you're reading, make a note. What do you think the author, what do you think the problem is that this writer or this author is trying to solve? And then they're going to spend the next couple of pages discussing the problem and how to solve it, right? This is all research. Sometimes they'll just do a general discussion and talk about what other sources have to say, which is what you're seeing here. He's talking about other people's ideas. You'll see a lot of quoting. That quoting is because he's saying, hey, here's what other people have talked about and done. So pay attention. In this one, you might want to make notes on the side of the paper saying, what does this guy say about what other people say about the problem, or what other people say about the solution? And then he goes on to talk a little bit more about potential solutions to this problem. And so he's going to list it in different ways: self-regulation, self-efficacy. Remember what I said in class? I was the kind of reader when I first started college that I would like read, and then I was like, I don't understand this word, and just keep going like nothing. And I didn't understand half of what I was reading. If a word is tripping you up, which is totally normal because we're coming from high school to college, it's a whole different ballgame. I want you to not be afraid to go and Google it. So like self-regulation, what does that mean? Well, I would just go and Google it, right? So copy it. And then I'm going to open this little window right here, and I might go self-regulation, definition, ability to manage one's emotions. Okay, now I know what they're talking about, right? So do not be afraid at all, ever, to Google up any words that are tripping you up or any phrases that are tripping you up, and just make a note of it. They're like, oh, this means like how to control your emotions, right? I want you to go through it, read it. As you're reading it, pay attention to like how you're getting through it, and talk, and also pay attention to the points where it gets hard. Like, do you fall asleep halfway through it? Do you lose interest? Do you get really bored really quickly, or like halfway through you just like, oh, my brain stopped working and I have to like not read and go get a snack or something. So pay attention to how you behave as a reader. Yeah, and do your best to get through it as much as you can, paying close attention to yourself and how you read. Okay, so now we know we're going to do the reading and we got some tricks for how to do it. And then when we're done, we're going to come here and we're going to answer these 5 questions, right? From on a scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate your experience while reading this text? When we say text, it's just a fancy way of saying the reading. A text is a reading, right? Not like a text message that you send to like your bros and your hoes, but a reading like and anything can be a text. A movie can be a text, a newspaper can be a text, a research article can be a text. That's what we call in the writing program, that's what we call the things that we consume or we read. And where and when did you choose to read this text? Did you do it at home? Did you go to a coffee shop, get yourself a cafecito and do the reading there? Did you go to the library? Were you like, you know what, I'm gonna go to the classroom even though no one's there, and I'm gonna sit down and I'm gonna do the reading there? Were you at home in your jammies in your bed halfway through on reading it and then you fell asleep? Like, where were you? Did you read it on your laptop? Did you print it out? Hint, I'm a printer. Like, I like to print out my readings because I like to take notes physically on paper. It like helps me engage it. So that, are you that kind of reader? Did you do that? Did you take notes? And then why did you choose to take notes? Who do you think contributed, or what do you think contributed to making it easy or difficult while reading? Pay close attention. Like, do you think that other things like your scenario or environment caused it to be more difficult or easier? Do you think something about your own motivation or beliefs about how reading works affected whether it was easy or hard? Like, if you go into the reading, like, this is going to suck, it's so boring, does that make it harder to read? Or if you go into like, oh, I'm excited to see like what college reading is like, let's see what it's like, was it easier? Something to think about. Does mindset play a role? And then of course you'll have another text to read next week, and I'd want to challenge you to try to think differently when you read that text. So if you could change anything at all about your reading process, that is how you read, what would you change so that you can be more successful with next week's reading? So you're going to pick and choose how you want to submit this assignment. You don't have to do it written if you don't want to. You can choose to write up your answers. Remember, no AI. I have examples of your writing. Don't do it. Or if you're like, I don't feel like, Miss, I don't feel like typing anything out today. You know what? I'm just going to hit record audio and record my answers to the 5 questions. I'm just going to say my answers. That works. Or maybe you want to record like a video, like a blog post. You're like, I want to do my makeup as I answer these questions, which some people have done, by the way, which is really cool. So like doing my makeup as I say, okay, question 1, scale from 1 to 10. I didn't find it very hard, Miss. So you can do a video, you can do an audio recording, or you can type up your answers if you prefer. Remember, I don't care about spelling or grammar, and I don't care what language you choose to do it in the language you're most comfortable in. So for my Spanish students, if you say, I can answer these questions in Spanish more comfortably, do it in Spanish. I read Spanish perfectly. I don't speak it because I have a stutter in it, but I do understand it. So don't be afraid to just write in Spanish your answers so that you can get your ideas out. And then, of course, you can leave me any notes here you might want to leave me. And then you hit submit. Now, let's talk about what happens if you cannot see these things. Yesterday, it happened to a group of students. They couldn't access any of the record file, record video, record audio, or even add a file. It just wasn't there for them. So what do you do? So here's what I want you to do if this happens. I want you to go ahead and answer these questions. You still have the same options. You can type up your answers. You can take your phone and record your answer, audio or video if you want, and then you're going to email that assignment to me. So here's what you're going to do. How do you email it? Let's see if we have the email option here. Yes, so you're going to come up to the very top where it says email. It says instant message and email. You're going to click on email. And who are you going to send this to? Well, you have your address book. Let's see if the teacher's in here. Okay, so we have here for our class. Let's see if we have the teacher. Oh, there she is, Bonnie Garcia. So you're going to go find my name, add recipient. It should add it here. I want to see that it did add me. It should add me. If not, then you can type in Bonnie Garcia at utrgv.edu. It's also in the syllabus. Down here, you're going to write your message. Here is my homework for reading reflection 1. And then down here, you should have the option to upload. Now you might say, Bonnie, I still don't have the upload here. What do I do? Okay, if you can't access it here, right? And then you would hit send, by the way. If you still can't access on Brightspace, because this is still through Brightspace, so it may not work for you, then what we're going to do is we're going to go back to myutrgv.edu, right? Myutrgv.edu. It'll log you in. Hopefully that takes me in there in a bit. And we're going to go to our email right here. Going to click on your email. You can click on anywhere on that, and it'll open up your email like this. And this is what your email looks like. I know it's overwhelming. I have a ton of things in here, right? You might be starting to have your email flood up as well. Don't worry. What you're going to do now is you're going to create a message to send me directly. So you're going to come up here to where it says new mail. It's on the top left. You're going to click on where it says new mail. In the to, you're going to write my email. So you're going to go bonnie.garcia@utrgv.edu. You're going to title the subject homework for WRLS. We're going to put the class name 0300, and then you'll put 33J or 35J, depends on which class you're in. Here, you're going to type, you're just going to say, here is my homework for reading reflection 1. We say, Miss, how do I attach it? Okay, pay close attention now. The very top here, you're going to see it says home, view, help, message, and insert. You're going to click on where it says insert. And you're going to click on attach file. So it's going to insert, attach file, browse your computer, find your file, the reading reflection that you did. If you did a video, you can also find the video, upload the video, or upload the audio recording if you chose to do that. I'll take any of them. Going to click open, and it's going to attach it. And this is what it's going to look like. And when you're done, you're just going to hit send. The send button is right here on top of it. Notice I don't care about spelling or grammar. I can still read this, not a big deal. I care more about your ideas, so don't panic about spelling or grammar. Then you hit send, and you're done, and I will receive that email. Ta-da! All right, my smarties, my nerdies. I hope that this was helpful, and I cannot wait to read your reflections and get a better sense of like what it was like for you to do that first college reading ever. And of course, I'll be around. Don't be afraid to send me an email if you have questions or need any help. And I'm going to try to check in with everyone. Just make sure you guys are doing okay. And if you have any questions later on today. All right. I'll see you later. Bye.